right, busy day here at Court TV. We turn now to breaking news in Michigan in the home invasion hoax murder trial. The jury has reached a verdict in the case against one of the two defendants, this one being Joshua Zuazo. Let's get into that courtroom now as we hear the verdict.
Please be seated. All right, so we are in receipt of your note that you have reached a verdict. Have you chosen a foreperson?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Foreperson, did you bring in that verdict with you? Okay, if I could just take a look at it, and I just want to review it to make sure that it is signed and dated, and then I'm going to give it back to you, and you can let us know what your verdict is. Okay, all right, I'm going to send this back to you. Just read as to each count what you found, please.
Count 1, first-degree felony murder. Guilty as charged of first-degree felony murder. Count 2, unlawful imprisonment. Guilty as charged. Count 3, unlawful imprisonment. Guilty as charged.
All right, thank you, Mr. Foreperson. We'll collect that verdict form from you, and you could be seated. Would anyone like the jurors polled?
Your Honor, I would make that request.
Okay. All right, juror in seat 1, sir, is that and was that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat 2, is that and was that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat 3, is that and was that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat 4, is that and was that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat 5, is that and was that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat 6, is that and was that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat 7, is that and was that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat 8, is that and was that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat 10, is that and was that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat 11, is that and was that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat 12, is that and was that your verdict?
Yes.
And juror in seat 13, is that and was that your verdict?
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of myself, my staff, and the attorneys, we sincerely appreciate the time and service that you have put in this week. I know it's been a long day and a long week. If you can wait back in that jury room for me, I would like to come back and just say hello and chat with you. I'm not going to be able to get right back there, though, so if you have to leave, I do understand. But if you can wait, that would be great. I'd like to say hello. Thank you.
All rise for the jury.
All right, so there you have it. The jury finding Joshua Zuazo guilty of all charges. That includes a felony murder charge for which he faces life in prison, and 2 charges of unlawful imprisonment, for which he faces 15 years each for those charges. Now, remember, Carlos Hernandez, the co-defendant in this case, is still awaiting his jury. It took this jury about 3 hours to come back with their deliberations. Carlos Hernandez's jury still deliberating. Let's bring in our guest, still with us this hour, defense attorney, former assistant district attorney, Marie Panetta. Marie, your reaction to the verdict, actually to the one verdict in this case. We're awaiting the other one for Carlos Hernandez.
I think the jury got it right. I think this was a slam dunk in every aspect. They caught them on camera, not coming back once, but twice. They broke into the house, they murdered the man, they assaulted the wife, and the other one who hasn't been put on trial yet, Hernandez, he actually premeditated the murder because he found out through the pawn shop who is the owner. They stalked these people. If that was any other type of verdict of not guilty, I would have just completely fallen out of my chair. This verdict was correct. It was a slam dunk.
Yeah, not much to really work with here as far as the defense was concerned. And I'm just getting word out of that courtroom out there, Maria. I want you to stand by. We're going to head back into that courtroom because now there is a verdict in the Carlos Hernandez case in the home invasion hoax murder trial. Let's go into that courtroom.
Okay, so we did receive a note that says that you have reached a verdict. Did you choose a foreperson? All right, Mr. Foreperson, I'm going to have you read us that verdict, but first I just want to take a quick look at it just to make sure it's signed and dated. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to send this back to you, and if you could just read what your verdicts are as to each count.
Should we stand?
Sure.
For count 1, first-degree felony murder, the jury finds defendant Hernandez guilty as charged first-degree felony murder. Count 2, unlawful imprisonment, the jury finds defendant Hernandez guilty as charged of unlawful imprisonment. Count 3, unlawful imprisonment, the jury finds defendant Hernandez guilty as charged with unlawful imprisonment.
Okay, all right, thank you. We're gonna get that verdict form back from you. Would anyone like the jurors polled?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, juror in seat 1, is that and was that your verdict? Yes, I have to hear, we're recording, yes? Yes. Juror in seat 2, is that and was that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat 3, is that and was that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat 4, is that and was that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat 6, is that and was that your verdict? Juror in seat 7, is that and was that your verdict? Juror in seat 9, is that and was that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat 10, is that and was that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat 11, is that and was that your verdict? Juror in seat 12, is that and was that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat 13, is that and was that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat 14, is that and was that your verdict?
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of myself, my staff, and the attorneys, we sincerely thank you for your time and service. I know today's been a long day and it's been a long week, so we really thank you for your time and your commitment here. I always like to come back and say hello to my jurors. I know it's late in the day, so if you can't wait for me, that's okay, I understand. But if you can, I'd like to come back to say hello. Thank you.
All rise for the jury.
All right, not much of a reaction from either defendant. A little bit more there from Carlos Hernandez after hearing that he too is guilty on all counts in this case and as well faces life in prison without the possibility of parole. Also 15 years on the 2 unlawful imprisonment charge. You saw him put his head back there, realizing that basically he's going away for a very, very long time. Let's bring back in our guest still with us, defense attorney, former assistant district attorney Marie Pereira. Marie, reaction to this one? This one took the jury a little bit longer. He made an argument that perhaps he didn't have intent, and in his own words, this wasn't the way it was supposed to go down. He came upstairs first. Zuazo stayed downstairs, came upstairs. Ultimately, Hussein Murray died in that basement. Your reaction?
Justice was done for the victim and his family. The magnitude of this verdict, and to me, it took too long. But the magnitude of that verdict matches the size of Hernandez. Enough said. He deserves exactly what he got, and the co-defendant deserves exactly what he got. They should be sentenced to life in prison without possibility of parole for what they did. It was undeniable.
Yeah.
This case.
It was an ugly, ugly crime. But what do you think took Carlos Hernandez's jury a little bit longer? Do you think there was someone in there who might have bought his claim that, look, I went in there, this is not what we discussed, this was not the way it was supposed to go down? He had a slight argument. He came upstairs a little before Joshua Zuazo. He didn't have blood on him. They allowed Linda Murray to survive this. If this is really what it was all about, they would have killed her as well. She ultimately was able to sort of testify against them. So do you think that maybe 1 or 2 jurors were swayed by that in some way?
Maybe they were, and I don't understand why they would have any doubt, because in my mind, I held Hernandez more responsible because he's the one who was scanning the place, the pawn shop, before the act occurred. So to me, he was the planner, and the other one was more of a, let me go with you, and then everything went wrong. So I don't understand why it took them longer for him, because he seemed to be the mastermind of this ridiculous plan, thinking that, oh, I'm wearing a mask and the mask is going to hide my big body from the camera. Get out of here, please.
Yeah, you would think someone with that sort of profile, body profile, which is very identifiable, would not be involved in something like this. You would think that. Now, what the jury did see as far as Carlos Hernandez was concerned, now neither one of them took the stand, but they did see his interview. And I got to say, I don't know if you had a chance to see it, but I thought he was relatively credible, although he seemed like a very savvy guy who was trying to sort of save his own behind and trying to make a deal. And I wonder if that hurt or helped him under these circumstances.
I think it had to hurt him because the jurors are not stupid. And in this case, it wasn't like, to me, a whodunit. It was clear they're the ones who went in the house, and there was an eyewitness who survived the crime. So the jurors really, I don't think, took anything either one of them said. Again, I don't know why it took so long, because all of the ducks were in line for the prosecution to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. Even with the felony murder statute in Michigan being slightly different and requiring intent, malice, forethought, pre-planning, or whatever, all of those situations were present for the jury to work with. And the jurors, they got it right.
Yeah, it was a terrible crime, and I can tell you what, they spent a lot of money getting that paperwork together. He got that magnet to put on the truck. I think they invested in that. They were going to certainly do this again. That's my thing.